Hi, I'm Greg Wallace from SOP TV. We're here at San Francisco Floral and we're going to talk to Jenny. She's the owner. We're going to be talking about tips for your wedding. So let's go inside. Hi, I'm here with Jenny from San Francisco Floral, and Jenny, tell us a little bit about your store and how long it's been here.
I bought San Francisco Floral a little over a year ago. I had worked here for 5 years with a previous owner, and when I found out it was for sale, I came and bought it. It's been here in Stockton since 1912 and has always been an open business since then.
Wow, so that's an icon here in Stockton.
I think so.
Okay, we're going to be talking about weddings. Wedding season is upon us, and we have a few questions for you about flowers and weddings. When a bride starts planning for her wedding, what should she look at for flowers?
Well, we're lucky in California. We have pretty much free reign all year round. We have a lot of moderate climates in different parts of the state, and there's only a few things that are really off limit.
Now, how far in advance should a bride start planning for her flowers for her wedding?
It depends on the type of wedding she's having and how in-depth her flowers are going to be. But I would say a year is a good start. Okay.
Now, when a bride gets ready to get her flowers and she doesn't know exactly what she wants, what kind of direction do you point her in?
Well, I have a pretty long questionnaire that asks a lot of questions about the mood and the feel of their wedding, as well as color scheme and theme, if any. So we kind of go off of the questionnaire that they've filled out to see what direction they're wanting to go.
Now, pricing comes into play, and flowers, I'm sure there's a high end for flowers as well as ones that are a little more reasonable. What kind of price range are we looking at, and what kind of flowers are your higher end flowers?
Well, higher end flowers tend to be certain varieties of mini callas. Peonies are a pricey stem. Garden roses are very popular right now, and they're a little bit on the high end. But you can have a really, really nice wedding and include those types of flowers in the bouquets and use more moderately priced flowers in the centerpieces and the pieces for the church and that sort of thing, and save money in that way.
Okay. And when a bride gets her flowers, how long do the flowers last? How long do they get to keep them?
Well, they get to keep them till they die. And it depends on the style of the arrangement as well as the type of flower. But our flowers tend to generally last between 4 days and 7. And we also provide a service where we preserve the bridal bouquet so she can actually keep it under glass for a lifetime.
Oh, wow. So they can actually keep their flowers forever, like their throwing bouquet or their,
That's true.
Very nice. Now, what are some of the most common mistakes that you see when a bride is shopping for flowers?
Well, I think being fussy about having something on every single table sometimes is not necessary. There's a lot of things on tables anyways. If you don't have the budget to have your ideal centerpiece on every single table, you might take the budget that you have and do a couple key pieces throughout the room and really give yourself some drama. Other than that, it's just a matter of taste and budget.
Well, now that you brought the word budget into it, typically what is a budget for a wedding when you start planning?
Well, I like to see about 15% of the entire cost of the wedding allotted to flowers. It is your primary decor, and at the end of the day, what you have left are your photographic memories, and your flowers are going to be in those. So it's important not to skimp on them.
Right. Now there's different seasons for flowers. Some flowers are more readily available at certain times of the year. Are there also like trends where you see flowers come in at a certain time and maybe it's popular for a while and then maybe not so popular? What are some of the popular flowers right now?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of brides are leaning towards mini callas and the peonies. You just don't get that look with anything else, so they're a little more on the high end. But I'm seeing a lot of color. I love people's unique use of color these days. It's not pink and lavender weddings anymore.
Okay. Now, are there certain flowers that are really hard to get during certain times of the year? Like if somebody asks for a particular flower in the wintertime that's almost impossible to get?
Daffodils.
Daffodils?
Yeah.
Is that a really hard one?
I couldn't get them now, probably. I mean, if I ship them from Europe, maybe.
Oh, wow, so you have to get flowers from Europe.
I try not to import from South America too much because their standards with pesticides and that sort of thing are pretty low, and they don't really go along with my commitment to be a green shop.
Gotcha. Now, if a bride doesn't have a really big budget, does that still mean she can have flowers in her wedding?
Absolutely, absolutely. I will work with any budget, and every budget's important to me. If you have $100, I will tell you what kind of bouquet you can have and how we can make that work for you. If you have $1,000, your wedding is just as important.
Now, Stockton has a tendency during the summer to get pretty hot. Does that affect the flowers as well?
It does. I take into consideration when speaking with brides what kind of location they're having, if they're having an outdoor wedding, if we're going to be in direct sunlight, do we have shade? And then we discuss what types of arrangements can handle that heat. There are also products out there that you can use to kind of make your flowers last a little bit longer in certain types of environments.
So now when a bride has an idea on what she wants to have for her flowers and she brings you in a picture and says, can you do this? Is that how a lot of brides pick out what they want?
I would say about half and half. Half of my brides come in with a very definite idea of what they are looking for, and that makes it real easy. And there's the other half that is really depending on me to give them good suggestions.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time, Jenny. And we're here at San Francisco Floral, and this is Jenny. We're located on the Miracle Mile. What's the address?
2001 Pacific Avenue on the corner of Bedford and Pacific.
And love to have you come down and meet Jenny and talk about flowers. Thanks for your time, Jenny.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.